He's with the UBC Students' Union in Okanagan, Local 3 of the Canadian Federation of Students. Please welcome Kirk Chavarie.
3 weeks ago, my life changed. I was an average student, and I'd never even been to a rally. 3 weeks ago, my student union sent me and my friend, fellow executive Grayson Lepp, to Toronto to represent the Students' Union. Armed only with a slew of buttons, a change of clothes, and an innocence about my right to speak out for the cause of public education, we flew to the G20 in Toronto. Education here in Canada and internationally is a right. But at a time when Canada should have been standing at the forefront of public education, our government underfunded education to the point where many schools in the north and other rural areas are being forced to close. Shame. So I went to Toronto to exercise my right to be heard. I marched alongside 1,000 students from Canada, along with 25,000 peaceful people, including women's groups, Amnesty International, environmental groups, and unions, and many others. I never saw a single act of violence, neither against people nor property. The day was very peaceful. It was well organized and without confrontation. I never saw the actual G20 meeting. I never saw the riot line. I never set foot within the mysterious 5-meter perimeter, and I never even saw the fence. That night, I slept in the gymnasium at the Graduate Students' Union at the University of Toronto. But Sunday morning, our nightmare began. We were swept up in a police raid. Police officers were kicking and striking other people who had been sleeping near me. The police screamed profanities telling us to wake up. And at that moment, 3 weeks ago, things changed. I was detained for over 40 hours. Taken to the Eastern Avenue Detention Center in Toronto, I was crammed into a tiny cage, sometimes with so many people that you couldn't even sit down. Dehydrated, we begged for water. 4 ounces of water came every 4 hours. My hands were zap-strapped for over 16 hours. I was strip-searched twice. The entire facility stank of urine, and when I tried to sleep, I was awoken by a sick detainee vomiting on the floor next to me. And I was never even given legal counsel. I was never even given a phone call. I witnessed horrible abuse, I witnessed discrimination against francophones, and I witnessed people with injuries being denied medical care. I witnessed people being denied their basic freedoms and dignity for no more than being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I witnessed so much, and the only way I'll get to tell it is if we push for an independent public inquiry. So today I want to thank all of you for coming and supporting just that. I want to thank Don Davies, Member of Parliament for the Vancouver Kingsway, for meeting with Grayson Lepp and myself this week and taking the time to hear our story. I want to further thank Don for pressuring for hearings at the Government Public Safety Committee. Thousands of other people have stories to tell, and they deserve to be heard. But until we hold an independent public inquiry into the G20, they will be denied their right to speak. My name is Kirk Chavarie, and 3 weeks ago, I tried to speak out for public education, and my civil rights were violated.